Good morning, grade 7. Welcome to Science Online Class, week 7. So our module for today is about we've got solutions. Our milks for today is to investigate properties of unsaturated and saturated solutions. So before we start, I want you to get your pen and paper and read the pretest and write your answers in your paper correctly. For number 1, which of the following substances can be mixed to form a solution? 1 rock, 2 water, 3 salt, 4 flour. A 1 and 2, B 2 and 3, C 3 and 4, D 1 and 4. Okay, write your answer. For number 2, which of the following statement is true about solutions? A. Solutions exist only in liquid form. B. A solution is a mixture with two phases. C. A solution is a type of mixture with a uniform composition. Or letter D. The components of a solution can be distinguished easily from one another. Okay, write your answer. For number 3, grocery stores have run out of rubbing alcohol during the pandemic and people learn how to make their own disinfectants at home. How are you going to make an effective improvised solution if you want to sanitize things using common household products? A. Put a drop of bleach in a big pail of water. B. Combine 50 ml bleach with 50 ml of water. C. Use a ratio of 9 parts water to 1 part bleach. Or letter D. Add 300 grams of powder soap in a 250 ml amount of water. Write your answer. For number 4, which of the following is correct about a solution when the particles of a solute are larger? A. The solution will be heavier. B. The solute is slower to dissolve. C. It is harder to dissolve the solute. Or letter D. The larger solute incorporates faster with the solvent. Write your answer. For number 5, look at the drawing. Which of the following pictures show a saturated solution? 1, 2, or 3? A. 1 only. B. 2 only. C. 3 only. Or letter D. Both 2 and 3. Write your answer. Okay, so let's see if your answers are correct. The correct answers are 1B, 2C, 3C, 4B, and 5B. Okay, count the number of checks and write your score. That is 5/5. So for looking back, you are going to take a look at the following pictures below, identify each example of matter, and decide whether it is a mixture or substance by writing in the correct column. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures. For the first picture, we have the orange juice. Second picture is water. Third picture is brown sugar. Fourth picture is chocolate chips cookies. And number 5 is cereals with milk. Okay, so hulaan nyo, i-decide po whether alin dito yung mixture and substance. At yung sagot nyo ay isusulit nyo po dito. Okay, so susulat nyo po doon, alin sa mga drawing na yun yung mixture, and alin doon yung substance. Okay, that is 5 points for looking back. Okay, once natapos na po, okay, let's discuss yung brief introduction. When you were in grade 6, you studied mixtures and their characteristic in the previous lesson. You were able to distinguish mixture from substances. Now you are ready to study more about solutions, its components, properties, and types. You will also learn how the nature of its components affects the solution. A solution is a type of mixture in which one substance is dissolved into another. It has two parts, the solute and the solvent. The solute is the substance being dissolved by another substance, while the solvent is the substance dissolving the solute. Usually, solvents are liquids, but there are solid dissolved in liquids, gases dissolved in liquids, or gases dissolved in other gases. Okay, tandaan po natin na yung solution ay binubuo ng solute and solvent. Tandaan, yung solute, madalas, siya yung nasa small amount kasi siya yung tinutunaw. Okay, siya yung tinutunaw. While yung solvent, siya naman yung taga-tunaw. Usually, ang ginagamit natin na solvent is liquid or madalas is yung water. Solutions are all around you. A common example is a saline solution or water containing 0.9% sodium chloride or salt. Here, the solvent is water and salt is the solute. The isopropyl and ethyl alcohols used in disinfecting during the COVID-19 crisis are also solutions. Can you identify other solutions found in your home? Okay, examples of solution is yung saline solutions. Pag sinabi natin saline solution, ito yung mixture ng salt and water. Okay, ang sulyot natin is yung asin kasi siya yung tinunaw, while yung solvent natin is yung water. Another example is yung isopropyl alcohol. Yung isopropyl is a mixture of alcohol and water. So, since, for example, yung mga nabibili natin na alcohol sa market, nakasulat 70% isopropyl alcohol. 70% is alcohol. Yung 30% doon is water. So, 70% alcohol, that is the solvent kasi siya yung mas madami. Tandaan, pag solvent mas madami, yung solute siya yung mas konti. Yung solute natin sa isopropyl alcohol is the water. Okay, for activity 1, findings a solution, define solution operationally and identify and describe the components of a solution. Salt, water, spoon, clear glass, or transparent plastic cups, common household and products. Okay, so yung gagawin po natin to, in a glass of water, put 1/2 teaspoon salt, stir well until no salt is visible at the bottom of the glass. Okay, maglalagay tayo ng 1 kutsarang asin sa isang basong tubig. And then, hahaluin po natin. Okay, sasagutan niyo po yung question, what happened to the salt after mixing? Okay, i-observe niyo po yung salt, natunaw ba siya or hindi? Okay, you will write your answer there. For letter B, based on what you mix, have you formed a solution? Why? Okay, solution po ba yung na-form natin nung pinaghalo natin yung salt and water? Okay, bakit niyo po nasabi na yun ay solution? Letter C, which is the solute in this mixture and which is the solvent? Okay, yung mixture natin is salt and water. Okay, alin din yung mixture? Sa mixture na yon, ay alin yung solute at alin yung solvent. Okay, you will write your answer. For number 2, what you just did is an example of a solution. Look for other solutions in your home and list 5 of them in the first column of the chart. On the second and third column, identify the solute and solvent in each of the solutions you listed. Okay, so dito po, hahanap po kayo ng mga sample ng solutions na makikita nyo sa bahay. And then, mula doon sa solution sinulat nyo, okay, identify nyo po ano yung solute na ginamit doon sa solution na yun at ano yung solvent na ginamit doon. Okay, so that is for number 1 to 5, table 1. And then, you will answer the question, how is a solution formed? Paano ba na-form yung solution? Based from the examples, differentiate the solute from the solvent. Okay, so pwede nyo kunin itong meaning na to sa brief introduction. Sulat lang po yung meaning ng solute and solvent. Can the solving process happen if the solid solute is greater than the solvent? Give a brief explanation. Okay, posible po ba na matunaw yung solute kahit mas marami siya kaysa dun sa solvent natin? Okay, explain your answer. Then, which solvent can dissolve most substances? Okay, ano ba yung solvent na nakaka-dissolve ng mas maraming substances? Then, do all solutions come in liquid form? Lahat ba ng solution ay nasa liquid form? Yes or no? Okay, write your answer. Okay, for activity 2, mix it. Okay, so materials are 5 plastic cups, kitchen strainer, teaspoon of cooking oil, 3-in-1 coffee, sand and soy sauce, 5 cups of clean water, 5 teaspoon. Okay, pwede nyo itong gawin kung gusto nyo. Pero kung ayaw naman, okay, pwede naman pong hindi po gawin. I-explain ko po kung ano yung gagawin. Kasi may isip nyo naman kung ano yung mangyayari dun sa activity when you imagine it. Okay, for number 1, set up 5 cups of water. Label each cup as shown on the right and prepare the materials to be mixed. So, meron tayong 5 cups dito. So, lahat ay may lamang tubig at meron siyang label na 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yan. Then after that, mix each material to the water, then answer the following guide question. Okay, dun sa cup 1, mag-a-add tayo ng 1 kutsara ng cooking oil or ng mantika. Okay, and then hahaluin mabuti. Okay, sa tingin niyo, pag pinaghalo yung mantika at saka yung tubig, anong mangyayari? Okay, describe your mixture. For letter B, okay, i-add natin yung teaspoon ng coffee dun sa cup number 2 naman. Okay, pag pinaghalo natin yung kape at yung tubig at hinalo, ano yung mangyayari? For number 3 naman, Okay, ihahalo natin yung buhangin dun sa tubig. Okay, pag pinaghalo yung buhangin tsaka tubig, okay, ano yung mangyayari? Sa cup number 4, pag pinaghalo yung tubig at yung soy sauce, ano yung mangyayari? Describe. And then, sa number 5, okay, pag pinaghalo yung tubig at alcohol, ano yung mangyayari? Then, identify nyo ano sa mga yon yung natunaw sa tubig or nagmix truly at alin yung hindi. Then, how many phases do you observe in each cup after mixing? Okay, so number 1, we have the, ano ba yung una natin hinalo? Ayun, yung cooking oil. Okay, so ilang phases yung nakikita dun sa cup number 1 na may cooking oil and water. Na-identify ba yung mantika? Na-identify ba yung water? So kung na-identify siya pareho, lalagay nyo 2 phases. Pero kung isang anyo na lang nakikita nyo, lalagay nyo 1 phase. Okay, sa cup number 2, ganun din. Cup number 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so now try to separate the mixture using your kitchen strainer or improvised panel with white cloth or cheesecloth. Pour each mixture in the cup at one at a time. Observe what happens. Okay, yung cup 1 na may cooking oil and water. Okay, kahit din nyo na i-drawing yan, din nyo na kailangan nag-illustration. Yun na lang sagutan nyo sa observation kung siya ba ay kayang paghiwalayin ng pansala or hindi. Pag sinala natin yung cooking oil and water, masasala ba siya or hindi? So, you will write your answer dun sa column number 3 kung separated or not. Sa cup number 2, okay, yung coffee and water ba na pinaghalo, mapaghihiwalay pa ba siya sa pagsasala, separated or not? Write your answer. For cup number 3, yung buhangin tsaka yung tubig, mapaghihiwalay ba siya ng pagsasala, separated or not? Write your answer. For cup number 4, yung toyo tsaka tubig, mapaghihiwalay ba siya ng pagsasala, separated or not? Write your answer. And for cup number 5, rubbing alcohol and water, mapaghihiwalay ba siya ng pagsasala, separated or not? Write your answer. And then answer the question. Which of the samples are solution? Then why do you say so? Ano sa mga sample na yun? Solution, bakit yung sabi? Tandaan. Kapag solution, hindi siya napaghihiwalay ng pagsasala. Kapag mixture, kaya siyang paghiwalay ng pagsasala. So you will write your answer on number 6. In activities 1 and 2, you learn that you can find the solutions in your homes. Solution can be of any paste, but most of that you can see are liquids. Take note that solutions are homogeneous, which means that they appear as a single paste, just like the salt mixed with water, in which the solutions appear to be in liquid phase. The solute cannot be separated from the solvent through physical means like passing through a filter due to its very fine particles. You were also able to identify which are the solute and solvent in a particular solution. In the next activity, you will be able to investigate how the nature of the solute and solvent affects the solution. Okay, so you will write effect. This is activity effective or not. Investigate the effect of the nature of solute and solvent in a solution. So we have this 1 teaspoon rock salt, 1 teaspoon iodized salt, 2 teaspoon sugar, 1 cup hot water, cold water, 4 cups of tap water, 2 teaspoon cooking oil, and 2 teaspoon alcohol. So for procedure, pour equal amounts of tap water into 2 cups. Place 1 teaspoon of rock salt on the first cup and teaspoon of iodized salt on the other label. Without stirring, observe what happens. Okay, so maglalagay kayo ng tubig na galing sa gripo sa 2 cups. Okay, yung isang cup, lalagyan natin ng 1 teaspoon of rock salt. Sa pangalawang cup, lalagyan ng iodized salt. Then, observe lang po, hindi po hahaluin na. Titingnan yung both cups, ano yung mangyayari. Then, number 2 yun, observe po. Then number 3, using the teaspoon, stir both solutions at the same time. Make sure that the frequency of stirring is the same for both. Which type of salt dissolve first? Okay, so kukuha kayo ng 2 kutsara. Pag hinalo kaya natin yan ng sabay, magasing bilis, alin kaya yung unang matutunaw? Yung iodized salt o yung rock salt? Okay, next. Second procedure is after nyo masagutan po yun, kung ano yung unang matutunaw, yung rock salt ba, yung iodized salt. Number 2 naman, pag kumuha tayo ng 2 cups of water, yung isang cup may mainit na tubig, at yung isang cup naman ay may malamig na tubig. Okay, pag nilagyan natin ng sugar, yung cold and hot water, okay, at hinalo natin, ano kaya yung unang matutunaw? Yung asukal na mayroong malamig na tubig o yung asukal na may mainit na tubig. Okay, we'll write your observation. And for part 3, effect of nature of solvent and solute. Prepare 2 cups. Label the first cup with cooking oil and the second cup with alcohol. Pour tap water in each cup. Pour 2 teaspoons of cooking oil and 2 teaspoons of alcohol on the respective cups. Stir and observe what happens. Did the cooking oil dissolve in water? How about the alcohol? Okay, dun sa pangatlong setup naman, kukuha tayo ng 2 baso. Parehong may tubig. Yung isa, haluan natin ng alcohol. Yung isa naman, haluan natin ng mantika. Okay, alin kaya yung mas magdi-dissolve or magmi-mix well sa water? Yung alcohol o yung mantika? Okay, you will write your observation. So, in activity 3, you have observed that there are certain variables that affect the solubility in a solution. Solubility refers to the maximum amount of solute that can dissolve in a given amount of solvent. In part 1, you have seen how stirring the solution has affected the rate to which the salt was dissolved as compared to when you did not stir the solution. Without stirring, the salt particles settled at the bottom of the cup and not all were completely dissolved. You also have witnessed that a finer grained solute dissolves faster than the solute with larger chunks or particles. This is something to do with the substance surface area. When you try to pulverize rock salt, you are increasing in surface area which make it dissolve more completely. Okay, so tandaan niyo po, solubility refers to the maximum amount of solute that can dissolve in a given amount of solvent. Okay, yung paghahalo ay isang paraan para madaling ma-dissolve yung isang substance. Okay, kapag hindi natin in-stir or hinalo, kapag yung mixture natin, minsan mas madalas silang matunaw. Kaya nga po, kapag nagtitimpla tayo ng kape, Milo, gatas, okay, hinahalo natin para mag-mix well sa water yung ating solute. Okay, yung particle size is also one factor that affects the solubility, yung laki ng solute na hinahalo natin. For example, sa iodized salt and rock salt, mas maliliit yung particles ng iodized salt, so mas madali silang matunaw sa tubig. In part 2, the solvent temperature has an effect on the solution. Most of the time, a higher temperature would increase the dissolving of a solute quicker, just like in the experiment. However, this does not happen all the time. Some fish kills are caused by very high temperature, which lessens the amount of dissolved oxygen in water. For gas solutes, solubility decreases with an increase in temperature. Okay, another factor that affects solubility is temperature. Kapag mas mainit yung temperature, mas mabilis siyang makatunaw. Pag mas malamig, mas mabagal, but not at all times. Okay, kasi sa oxygen level naman, kapag mas mainit yung temperature, mas matagal ma-dissolve yung oxygen. Kaya minsan nagkakaroon ng fish kill kapag mainit yung temperature ng panahon. Okay, so that's it. Lastly, you have seen that alcohol completely dissolved in water, while oil and water did not mix, instead form 2 layers, immiscible. Some solutes are dissolved in a solvent, but others will not. Always remember the rule, like dissolves like. This is something to do with the substance being polar or non-polar, which will be discussed further when you go to grade 9. Okay, another is immiscible and miscible substances. Kapag halos magkapareho sila ng karakteristik, for example, yung alcohol tsaka yung tubig, halos magkapareho sila ng karakteristik, so pareho silang nagmi-mix well sa tubig. Unlike yung oil and water na magkaiba ng density, okay, so hindi sila nagmi-mix well sa tubig. For activity number 4, types of solutions, you have 10 teaspoons of salt, tap water, 1 empty 250 ml mineral water, stir and an extra spoon. Okay, so kukuha kayo ng isang baso ng tubig, and then yung isang baso ng tubig na yon, okay, lalagyan ng isang kutsara ng asin. Okay, sa tingin nyo po, ay, tama, asin nga po. Okay, pag nidagdagan natin isang kutsarang asin, hahaluin, then observe, totally dissolve ba siya or not? Natunaw ba siya ng husto or hindi? Okay, kung after doon, dadagdagan mo ulit ng another isa pang kutsarang asin, okay, you will observe, totally dissolve ba siya or hindi? Then, okay, bawat observation nyo, okay, dadagdagan ng asin bawat observation din. Habang dinadagdagan nyo, ino-observe nyo kung natutunaw pa ba yung asin or hindi na, hanggang umabot na sa kayo sa pang 9 na kutsara ng asin dun sa isang baso ng tubig. Okay, tapos sasagutan nyo po yung question. Okay, hanggang sa gaano karaming kutsara ng asin yung kayang tunawin ng isang baso ng tubig. So, what is the maximum amount of salt can be completely dissolved in the water? In the previous activity, you were able to observe the difference among the 3 types of solutions, which are saturated, unsaturated, and supersaturated solution. A saturated solution is a solution that contains the maximum amount of solute that is capable of being dissolved If the solute is less than the maximum amount, then it is called an unsaturated solution. If the solute is more than the maximum amount, it is called a supersaturated solution. Okay, tandaan, saturated solution kapag yung maximum amount ng solute yung kaya niyang tunawin. Kapag naman unsaturated, ibig sabihin mas konti yung solute kaysa dun sa solvent. So, onting stir lang or kahit hindi mo stir, minsan natutunaw siya. Kapag super saturated naman, ibig sabihin sobra-sobra na yung nilalagay natin na amount ng solute kaysa dun sa dami ng solvent. So that is, kaya hindi na siya kayang tunawin. So we call it a super saturated solution. And then remember, solution is a type of mixture in which one substance is dissolved into another. It is single phase mixture which makes it homogeneous. The components are mixed thoroughly that all the parts of solution look the same. Hence, the solution has an even composition throughout. It has two components, the solute and the solvent. Tandaan na, solution has two components. Solute, siya yung tinutunaw. Solvent, siya yung tumutunaw. Solute is the substance being dissolved by another substance, while solvent is the substance that does the dissolving and is usually present in greater amount. Laging mas madami yung solvent kasi siya yung tumutunaw compared dun sa ating solute. Solubility refers to the maximum amount of solute that can dissolve in a given amount of solvent. Factors such as stirring, particle size, temperature, and nature of solute affect solubility. Unsaturated solutions have less solute than the maximum amount that it can dissolve. Saturated solutions contain the maximum amount of solute that can dissolve in a given amount of solvent. And supersaturated solutions contain more than the maximum amount of solute that it can dissolve. Okay, you will answer, check your understanding. Halo-halo is a popular Filipino cold dessert which contains various ingredients such as crushed ice, evaporated milk, ube, banana, and leche flan. Once you are able to mix its ingredients and its smells, will the halo-halo be considered a solution? Why or why not? Okay, so lahat naman siguro dito nakatikim na ng halo-halo. So kapag tayo ay kumain at minix natin mabuti yung halo-halo, okay, natutunaw ba siya or nagmi-mix well ba siya hanggang isang one uniform appearance lang makita natin? Oo ba or hindi? Okay, so answer nyo, nagmi-mix well ba yung halo-halo? Mako-considered ba siya as solution or hindi? Bakit or bakit hindi? Then, how can apply the type of solution? Saturated and supersaturated wherever you are preparing juice or merienda. Okay, paano nyo mai-apply yung rule ng saturated and saturated? Pag sinabi natin saturated and unsaturated solution and supersaturated, ito yung dami ng amount ng solute na nilalagay natin. Yung powder juice, pag nagtitimpla kayo, kapag mas konti yung powder juice na nilagay, kapag mas marami, kapag sobrang dami, makaka-apekto ba siya sa lasa ng juice? Okay, so paano siya nakaka-apekto? Then for number 3, rubbing alcohol in groceries are shown to be 40% or 70% solutions. Why do you think this number means in terms of solute and solvent? Okay, so ano ba yung pinapakita ng 40% and 70%? Okay, tandaan, pinapakita dito yung dami ng solute na nilalagay. Ibig sabihin, pag 40%, 40% yung ating solute na nilagay na alcohol doon and 60% and water. Kapag 70% naman, 70% alcohol yun, 30% is water. Okay, and then you will write also, answer the post test that it's 1 to 5. So, just write the letter of the correct answer. That is multiple choice, 1 to 5. Then, once you're done, okay, you will answer my candy jar reflection. So, susulat nyo lang po dito, what is the most interesting thing you have learned? What has been your learning success? Was there a time you felt less confident? And how do you feel about what you have learned? Okay, so for next week, what do you want to achieve? What can you do to try to improve? What areas do you feel you still need to improve on? And what skill or fields of knowledge will you be able to use in the future? Okay, sasagutan lang po yung reflection. And once you're done, okay, you will have until Saturday night or any day po tayo tumatanggap ako ng output any day. Then just take a picture of your output and send it to me via messenger, and then just PM or chat me for any question. Okay, so that's all. Thank you and keep safe to everyone.